I want you to just try for a moment to fold your arms. Okay, now notice which arm is folded on top of the other arm. Is it your left on top of right, or is it your right on top of left? And try switching that and feel how awkward that is. Now, when you try that exercise, you'll see how we make choices sometime in our life that we just get used to it. We don't even realize that those are choices that we made, we got used to, and anything that's different than that is like it's awkward. When we come to the time of Elul, the first step of Elul is Parashat Re'eh. In Parashat Re'eh, the Torah is telling us, Re'eh Elul Higia, that's Rashi Tevot of Re'eh. See, Elul is coming, and in the same Sukkim, we're talking about the concept that Hashem is giving you choice. Choice of blessing and choice of curse. If they do the Torah mitzvot, they'll have blessing. If they do the avirot, they'll have curse. Now we have to understand, if a person does the Torah mitzvot, he gets reward. If he doesn't do the mitzvot, he gets punishment. How did it come to be that we're giving you choice of blessing and curse and not reward and punishment? And how is it that this is the beginning of the concept of Elul? And I'll explain that. You see, all change happens because there was a choice. In order to recognize what changes can be made, we have to realize the choices that we have. We have to realize the choices that we have made earlier in our lives that caused us to be in the place that we're in. Which friends did we adapt? Which environments did we get used to? What type of cell phones do we have? What type of study sessions we have? What type of schedule we created for ourselves? We change any one of these things in any way, it could have ripple effects. Now the problem is that most people that they try to change, it doesn't last. Last of New Year's resolutions are proven to be only 2 to 3 weeks. And for some reason, every single year, we also have this concept in Judaism at Rosh Hashanah, we're expected to take upon ourselves something to be different about. And how do we expect it to happen if research shows that it doesn't work? New Year's resolutions don't work. The answer is, they do work when you realize the choices that you need to make already 40 days in advance. Already from 40 days beforehand. The time that it takes for a person to get used to change, and it's been proven that the first 40 days are the hardest days to change. Once a person goes through the 40 days of the initial stages of change, proven scientifically, this person can feel natural in this new way. It'll be that this is not going to be awkward for him anymore. And if you go 40 days changing how you fold your hands, it'll be natural to fold your hands in the other way. But the only thing is that you need to have 40 days for it to not feel awkward in order for it to be that this is going to be lasting change. When we talk about the approach to this, it's not just that you choose this because of reward and punishment. If you think about that I'll be rewarded and therefore I should stop smoking, or if I keep smoking, I'll be punished, those things don't help people to change. What helps people to change is when a person changes his outlook. Instead of saying, I'm a smoker who's trying to quit, he says, I'm a non-smoker who's trying to get back my freedom. Do you see that where the point of standing where you are? Are you blessed or are you cursed? If you choose, I am God's son, and I'm coming back to where I really am, is very different than if you say, I'm a sinner and I'm trying to not sin. Because if you say I'm a sinner and you're going against yourself, you're going against your identity, it's going to be very hard for you to change. Change really happens in an instant. When you make that choice of what type of person are you? Do you believe that not smoking means freedom? The first step to stop these addictions is that what I want by stopping this is I want back my freedom, because that's who I really am. And I disidentify myself from being a smoker. I disidentify myself from being a sinner. It's a choice that needs to be made, but it takes 40 days for a person to recreate himself, to become that new person. It's not that those actions that you're doing, the awkward changes, are just awkward changes that you're going against the system. No. Those awkward things are reprogramming your brain that this is who I really, really am. And that takes 40 days to change. Change happens in an instant. The choice is an instant. It just takes sometimes 40 days for the person to recognize that choice and let that choice go through every part of his body. And it's so interesting how it takes for an embryo to be considered a real person regarding halakha and also regarding science, it takes 40 days. Why is it like that? Why is it like that? Because it takes 40 days to create a human. 40 days it will take scientifically for the ultrasound to recognize the heart pumping. They don't have a heart pumping till 40 days. So to be able to retransform, to become a new person, to metamorphosize, it has that 40-day price. So choose your choice. Re'eh. See your options. See what you could do differently. See who you really are. See what's considered blessing and what's considered curse. And when you choose what's considered freedom in your life, then you made the first step towards the real choice.